Hello everyone and welcome to this video. This is really just going to be a game highlight from Elder Scrolls Legends this time round, and the reason should be fairly obvious if you're at all familiar with the big names in the Elder Scrolls Legends scene. There's Justin Larson, there's some devs who hang around on the Reddit sometimes, and there's also CVH, amongst other people and content creators, and CVH does a lot of YouTube, a lot of Twitch, and has been supporting the game for a lot of time now. Pretty much since it first came out into open beta, and maybe before. So when I queued up this arena run, this is the 6th game, I believe. I'm on 5 wins currently, I think 1 loss, 2 loss, something like that. And I saw that I was playing against CVH. I mean, first off, I was slightly surprised because CVH, I think, is in the States or Canada somewhere. So how we got queued together, possibly indicative of how many people are at 6 wins or something in Arena, I don't know. But I was also fairly questionable as to whether this was the real CVH, because, you know, people make up kind of fake accounts which are similar to the names of big people. That happens all the time in pretty much every online game that you're ever going to play. That's just something that happens. And you will see that as the game goes on, I'm just like alt-tabbing frantically between the game and Twitch, trying to find out if I'm actually playing against the real CVH before the game finishes. So, before I say anything, I was definitely not trying to stream snipe or anything, whatever the word is. I was literally just trying to see if I was actually having the privilege of playing against CVH. And it turns out, as you will see later, that I did. So here I'm playing a warrior deck, he's also playing a warrior deck, but I just happen to curve out slightly better. Pretty much mirror matches do tend to come down to who draws the better curve, as it were. And yeah, that was quite clearly me in this instance. I just have so many 2-drops and 3-drops in this deck, with, you know, a couple of weapons, that my early game is just monstrous. This was actually a really good draft. Excuse me. It was super aggressive, the most aggressive warrior draft I've ever done. And yeah, it seemed to work out well. It went on to 7 wins in the end, so that's pretty awesome. I think I got a Staff of Sparks or something. That legendary, which when you attack deals 1 damage to all of the enemy units. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And a bunch of gems and like 3 packs. So yeah, definitely good winnings. And here you can see, I was kind of just chillaxing for the evening, watching some streams, watching Kibler and Hearthstone, as I do like to do. His commentary is quite cool and interesting. And yeah, and then I had this game, and I was like, I must find out who it is I'm playing against. So here you can see I'm just kind of solidifying my right-hand lane against his right-hand lane. Would it be his left lane? No, it would be his right hand as well. So whilst he does have a creature with ward, and which has been buffed to 4/4 stats, the fact that I can give that 3/3 a weapon and buff it up to this kind of huge creature with guard protects my other high power creature, and yeah, really gives me a fantastic spot. So here you can see I'm just like desperately attempting to find CVH to see if he's actually streaming or not. I mean, it would have been possible that he was just playing casually without streaming. I don't know if he does that much. I imagine if he's quite busy he probably doesn't. He saves his gameplay for when he's actually doing content on YouTube or Twitch. But yeah, I was desperately trying to find him, and turns out the Twitch search function does not function in the way that I expected it to search in, if that sentence made any sense. So yeah, I'm kind of desperately trying to find his channel, and finding it surprisingly difficult. Kind of surprising. He manages to stone throw one of my creatures, which is kind of cool, just from buffing up his creature a little bit more to a 5/5 from a 4/4. And at this point, I kind of just have to punch my way through this and just take the damage, take the hits. I do a little bit of breakthrough damage, which is cool, and I can still keep the 5/3 on the board against his 2/3, and if he attacks him, I've still got a 5/1, which is a-okay fine. because he's not playing green or blue, and so doesn't have finish off effects or fire bolts, lightning bolts, kind of damage based or conditional removal basically. So that's a-okay fine. So here, in the end, I just resort to Googling just Elder Scrolls Legends, and what do you know, I am CVH is one of the suggested channels for this game. Not too surprising, given his prominence in the Legends scene. And
You really have to, so don't
CVH vs Slippers feels good, man. So that was pretty cool. As soon as I saw I closed the stream, I didn't want to stream snipe. That would have been quite disrespectful. But yeah, I was pretty pumped. This is the first time in any video game that I've played, and I've played quite a lot of online video games, where I've kind of faced up directly against some kind of prominent person in the scene, a prominent player that people know. So it was actually kind of terrifying, because once I realized that I was playing against the real CVH, I just kind of, you know, you start panicking, you're like, oh god, I'm gonna get wrecked, regardless of the fact that I'm, you know, winning the game quite handedly at this point. And the plays I have to make are very simple. I have to play aggressively, that's just what my deck does. I've got like a bajillion 2-drops in it, so I use Shadowfen Priest on the Bannerman just so that he can't attack in, and kill my 3-5, and then use one of the Nord Firebrands on my 5-1 in the other lane, as Nord Firebrands do have charge. So here you can see, without a big guard creature, he's fairly done for. So if I remember correctly, he wraps this up fairly shortly, and immediately afterwards I hop back into his stream and have just my little moment of thank you for playing with me, oh great one. And yeah, that was really just the highlight match. It was pretty awesome to play against him, even if it was just in arena. Maybe I'll make the push for Legend this month, I'm not sure. Depends on what else I'm doing. But yeah, I get a title, I get to play with someone who's pretty cool, and yeah, it was a blast. So that's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching as always.
This is a challenger to watch.
And I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta.